Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 3 and game 3 of the finals. It's the Fireballs versus the Flowers here in Wario Stadium. It's a lively, bustling night. These two teams look to play some playoff mushroom baseball. Both teams tied up 1-1. The winner here will have the advantage. Break free from the tied state they're currently stuck in. Bobby Hill, unfortunately, off the first pitch, will send it low enough that Blue Critter's able to grab it over on that second base side. Shy Guy sends one over the shortstop, where Red Critter's got it as well, dives underneath it, makes the catch. Blue Noki third up here for the Fireballs. First pitch from King Boo, a ball, hooks on the outside. She'll make contact on the fastball. That one's going to bounce a ways in the outfield. She's going for second, but decides to hang back, stay on first. Gets the single, puts a runner on for Big Blue Pianta here. Slaps it, pops it up. Daisy's going to be in position to make the catch. Will get that third out. Fields the pop fly expertly over in center field there, and the Fireballs not able to get themselves a run here in the top of the first. Now in the bottom of the inning, Mario taking them out as a starting pitcher here for the Fireballs. Wiggler charges up but doesn't swing. This one sent over on the left-hand side, and Critter at shortstop, able to dive behind it. Makes the catch. King Boo now at bat. Strike one. Oh, poor hit off the hands there from King Boo, but it rolls perfectly straight up center field, and Mario and Critter aren't able to come in time. King Boo getting over to first. Now King K. Rool coming up to play. One strike on so far, and a line drive from him over to right field. Blue Shy Guy forced to hustle after it. King Boo. Ooh. Mario electing to throw it to third instead of second could have potentially gotten the out there at second. Looked like he was late sliding back in. Elects for the safe play instead. Red Critter, a very poor hit, but just no one in position and ready for it. Blue Pianta makes a mistake with that dive, misses. And suddenly bases are loaded for Blue Critter. Pops one up and to the right. Bobby's going to get it, but King Boo's in, and King K. Rool's trying to come in home. K. Rool will be tagged out, knows he's not able to outrun Dark Bones. Will be a second out here in the bottom of the first, but Critters in the corners for Hank Hill. The Flowers already up 1-0. Hank sends one up center field, and his son able to come in and snag that before it touches down. Bobby gets the out on his dear old dad. Sends the Flowers packing here in the bottom of the first. They're up by 1 run, but every single other playoff game between these two teams has been settled by a just single run differential. So a 1-run lead is already a considerable thing. See if the teams are able to battle back from behind. Mario doing expertly well there, sends one up middle, bounces off an arrow, forces a dodge on the green shell, gets himself a double. King Boo sends out the star pitch, slow ball there. Red Critter's gonna dive for it. They go for the out at third and instead get neither. Mario sliding in and Mario hustling through. Bit of a slow response from Critter there. Didn't pick his targets cleanly. And instead of getting a single out, finds none. Dark Bones, 2 strikes on the count, will drop a third pitch cleanly in center field. That'll be an RBI single for him. Mario coming in across home plate. Fireballs tie the game up in short fashion. Yellow Yoshi comes up to bat with a runner in scoring position. Yellow Yoshi, oh, bobbles from Blue Critter. Bases are loaded off the yellow Yoshi bat, and it's Critter coming up next. Big windup, but doesn't like the pitch, doesn't swing. Strike one. Star pitch from King Boo, but a big hit from Critter will cut foul. You see just the immense power that he brings to the table here. Won't charge this time. Just a slap from him, but it drops early. And that is another run in off another Fireballs single. Critter tags up on first, and Mario trots through home. King Boo, having a bit of a disastrous inning, will come off and go out to center field as Daisy comes in. Flowers foregoing all outfield chemistry right off the rip. With bases loaded, it could be dangerous. Bobby Hills winding up, makes contact on the star pitch. That's an infield fly. Umps actually call it as an infield fly too. Give the out. Blue Shy Guy knocks one over on the left-hand side. Foul ball. Star swing from him, dribbles it right up the middle. Another single, another run in. Dark Bones this time, the scoring run. An RBI for Blue Shy Guy. Blue Noki now in the batter's box. Daisy sends one, just barely slices the corner there. Strike one. Swing and a miss from Blue Noki. Strike two. There's the star pitch. Strike or an out, you choose. It's locked in either way. Once again, another infield fly, but there's the pow block. Still an infield fly. Still the out. Another star from Daisy. It's Blue Peon to Willie swing. Just lets it go by. Knows he's got other strikes to give. This one he wants. Sends it for the fences and no chemistry. Big Blue earns himself a grand slam here in Wario City. Bounces right off the nose of the man in question. A huge change here for the Fireballs as they get that grand slam and already forced the Daisy pitcher change. She didn't even make it through an inning on the mound. They're up 7-1 in the top of the second. Luigi takes the mound, but the Flowers, a huge deficit to play from behind here. John will lead things off, gets the ghost item out before Blue Shy Guy can get there, hits the arrow, sends it flying off to the right. Will be a double for Jarbuckle. Daisy, what seemed like could have been a very solid performance on the mound, has turned disastrous. Will swing for the fences here. Bobby and Blue Shy Guy, however, build the chemistry, get the buddy jump off. Force John to retreat back. Daisy, a threatened home run. But the chemistry from the two blue outfielders will be the difference maker. Luigi goes for the bunt with a runner on second. Will be thrown out at first, but he advances John. John now on third as Wiggler comes up to bat. Big knock from Wiggler. Blue Noki's trying to come in. She may not get there in time, and she won't. Wiggler, a 2-run bomb from him. Big dinger here in Wario City. Bobby ready for it, but just a little bit too late on building the chemistry with Blue Noki. She was just not fast enough. This short outfield just does not give them any room for hesitation. King Boo grounder over to shortstop. Will be thrown out at first, but the Flowers begin their crawl back into competitive range. 2 runs from them. They'll just need to hold the Fireballs off here while playing defense. Not something the Flowers are usually known for. It's their overwhelming offense you have to contend with as Mario sends a home run of his own over the fence. Wario City might be Dinger City here tonight. The smell of garlic in the air heats things up and keeps the air nice and warm. These teams are sending the balls flying. Dark Bones next up. Luigi sends a strike. Big windup from Dark Bones will be a grounder over to second base, out at first. Yoshi taking the batter's box. Will be a ball. A swinging strike there. And a grounder over to Blue Critter. Will turn that in on first. Punch it out. OG Critter now in the batter's box. Will pop one up. Will be just short of the fences, however. Jarbuckle in position. Makes the catch. Finds the third out. The Flowers do hold the Fireballs at bay, only letting the one run through off the Mario Dinger. They've still got a lot of work to do to catch back up. Trailing by 5, K-Rool will seek to shrink that one down to 4. Sends one screaming down center before they can build any chem. No chance at all. K-Rool puts one on the board for the Flowers. Red Critter coming up here. Chops it. Over on the left-hand side. Critter's able to make the jump at shortstop. Make the catch, get the out. Blue Critter, however, knows what the game plan is. Swing for the fences. And he will get himself a home run of his own. Another one on the board as the Flowers decide to play their style of baseball here. All you need to do is hit it over the fence. You don't have to worry about playing on the bases or knocking into a double play. Just send them straight home. It's what the Flowers have done all season and what they're looking to do here. Hank Hill will bounce one over in center field. Bobby not able to get under this one. Will be a single. Jarbuckle next up will thread the center as well. Ghost Air item's going to buy a lot of time. Jarbuckle coming in on second. Hank holds on third. Two runners put themselves deep for team captain Daisy. We've seen her threaten a home run before. She can do it again in an instant. Big windup. But a grounder over to Critter will be out at first. John hit by the Fireballs. Stuck and a jam. Forced to come back to second as Hank holds on third. With the ball ready and waiting to get him out, there's nothing he can do. Flowers mounting their comeback. Once again, have to hold the line here as the Fireballs come back up to bat. Bobby Hill gets himself a single. Flowers hoping Luigi can go as deep as possible here. They don't think they can survive another pitcher change, but Blue Critter bobbles it. A huge error from the second baseman, and one we've seen somewhat consistently from him all season long. Doesn't seem like he's been able to figure out how to stop that from happening. Will be the difference between an out and a Blue Shy Guy single. Blue Noki sends one over on the left-hand side. John does get behind it. Makes the catch before that one touches down. Hung in the air a little bit too long. Here's the man of the hour, Blue Pianta, coming hot off a grand slam the last time he had an at-bat. See what he can turn around here. Slaps it, sends it straight up center field. Will be a Blue Pianta single. Now's the chance to do some damage. Facing off against his brother, team captain, star player, Mario. Doesn't charge, just gives the regular old swing. Unfortunate grounder over to second baseman Blue Critter, but it will let Bobby Hill come in to score a run. Fireballs up 9-5. A star pitch from Mario makes direct contact with Blue Critter, knocks him flat on the ground. But it will bounce favorably, and Daisy is able to make a catch and stifle things there. Fireballs still with a 4-run lead over the Flowers. See what they can do to bring it back into contention. Luigi swings and misses. Makes contact on that one, finds the gap over in left field. Will get himself a single. The Flowers offense finally starting to wear and tear away here on Mario on the mound. Strike one. Oh, ghost item will stop Mario from making the catch. Wiggler going to come in on second. Luigi on third. Holds there. Doesn't look like he wants to run in home. That's too deep for King Boo and a tired Mario. Big opportunity here for the heavy hitter, but it will be a poor hit. A grounder out at first. It's K. Rool up next. Big drive from K. Rool. But it won't be high enough. Wiggler way out of position as well. That's a double play from deep center field. Bobby throwing it into second. Flowers. A lack of coordination there and an inability to drive one high enough. Strand two effectively. And won't get a run that inning. Yellow Yoshi now up at bat after Dark Bone sends one over to second base side, and Yellow Yoshi does much of the same. Blue Critter with some serious bobbles earlier this game and possibly a concussion off a star pitch. But he is able to perform for these, locks it in. And Critter's going to put the hustle on the ball there, sends it over on right-hand side. Will be a single as it goes bouncing over to left. Bobby Hill now up at bat, strike one. Poor hit off the hands, but the green shell will miss as well. Bobby out at first. The Flowers may not have scored their last time at bat, but the Fireballs can't this inning either. Still a 4-run differential between the two teams. Mario holding on a little bit longer. Poor hit from Red Critter out at first. That still won't be enough to dislodge Mario. He's holding firm on the mound. Strike one. Big knock there. Bounces right to Blue Shy Guy. Will just be a single for Blue Critter. Hank Hill next up. Strike one. Grounder from Hank. Mario not able to get in range. Over to Jarbuckle now. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Could be a big moment for John. Swings for the fences. Bobby's trying to come in. And they will get the out just in time. A John Arbuckle home run denied by the Fireballs here in right field. Bobby and Blue Shy Guy not let that one slip by. No more outs for the Flowers this inning, but it's Daisy up at bat. Sends one up the middle. Bobby does get there. Doesn't get down fast enough for Daisy. Bobby keeps his cool. A good defensive showing from him in center field this inning. Fireballs now back up in the top of the 6th. Blue Shy Guy sends one just soaring through the air. A lot of hang on that hit. As it rattles around there in the outfield, bouncing from arrow to arrow, will be the difference maker between a single and a double for him. Blue Noki, however, will not have the same sort of luck. Low enough that Blue Critter's able to dive behind it and tag out at second, forcing Blue Shy Guy out. 1-man double play. Big Blue drives one up the middle. Green Shell will whiff, but he's able to get in on first in time. Mario next up at bat, slaps it, gets down. That'll be a single for Mario as the bananas come out and bounce off of King Boo. Now to Mario. Another drive from the Fireballs, another single. Blue Pianta thought about coming into home, but holds on third. Plays it safe. Dark Bones now at bat. Gets over the head of Red Critter. That's going to be 1 in, 2 in. Mario and Blue Pianta both able to score off the Dark Bones single. Mario all the way to third, putting runners in the corners here for Yellow Yoshi as the Fireballs start to rack up a serious advantage. 6 points in the lead now. Make that 7. Yellow Yoshi drives another one in home and puts some fatigue on Luigi. Luigi starting to crumble, starting to break. It's Critter in the batter's box. A big pop from him. King Boo's not going to get there in time. Will earn himself a single. Loads the bases for Bobby Hill. No more outs for the Fireballs, but they're keeping this inning alive and they're putting some serious work on this pitcher. Bobby drives one up center field and will finally give up that last out. Ball hangs just a little bit too long. Doesn't get down fast enough, but the Fireballs find another 3. With a 7-run lead going into the bottom of the 6th. Even though Mario's about to come off the mound, the damage may have already been done. It's going to be a lot of work for the Flowers to catch back up. Luigi gets a single, starting things off well. Wiggler, a swing and a miss. Wiggler pops it up, bounces off the arrow. Blue Shy Guy way out of position. That's going to be Luigi on third, coming in home. Wiggler going for third as well. And a Wiggler triple drives one in, narrowing the Fireballs' lead a little bit more. Flowers definitely a team you can never count out on offense. That hit and that run will be what does it. Mario off the mound, Mario on. King Boo, a 2-run home run. Looked like it was going to go foul, but instead stays fair, bounces off that foul pole. And with another 2 on the board, they've inched back in only a 4-run gap once again. As K-Rool sends one over to the same side, Bobby knocked aside by that rattling manhole. The water blasts up. K-Rool gets a home run of his own. It's a 3-run gap now as the Flowers have found their momentum. Fireballs still up 12-9. That lead is dwindling. Batter after batter after batter. Red Critter almost sends one over the fences as well. Just falls short at the track where Bobby's able to catch it and make the out. Mario's starting to spend some stars here. Needs to put some pressure on these batters. Blue Critter will cut one foul off the left-hand side. Big pop fly from him. Won't have any manhole to disrupt this. No error item as well, but an error from Blue Noki. Blue Critter on third does make it back in time. She just drops it, bounces out of the glove, and what looked like a pop fly is instead a 3-base hit, a triple for Blue Critter, and able to come in off the grounder from Hank Hill. Fireballs now only lead by 2 as the Flowers crawl their way back into this game. Their overwhelming offense finding its stride here in the bottom of the 6th. Daisy up next. John got himself a single. Grounder over to Blue Pianta will be out at second. Flowers, 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They are keeping this one close, never letting the Fireballs get comfortable in their lead. Blue Shy Guy will knock one over to shortstop Red Critter. Blue Noki will do the same. Pow block, a little bit too late. Not able to interrupt the throw. Blue Pianta as well hits a low line drive over on the right-hand side. Second baseman Blue Critter able to grab it and get the out. Luigi holding on to the mound just a little bit longer. It'll be up to him at bat here as well. Strike one. Dive from Critter at shortstop will stunt his offense, however. Wiggler now at bat, pre-charging, and a big hit from Wiggler. Looks like it will be a foul. Slaps it this time, drops it over center left. It's going to be a single for the big bug. King Boo up at bat. Big heavy hitter home run here could tie the game. But instead, a pop fly up center field will be caught by Bobby Hill for the out. K. Rool, however, threatens the same scenario. Let's see if Mario has the skills to pitch around him here. 2 strikes on the count. Will he spin the star? Nope, just throws out the slow changeup. K. Rool hits it big over on the right-hand side. Bobby's struggling to come in time. They've got the chemistry, but they don't have the height. King K. Rool ties the game up in the bottom of the 7th. Blue Shy Guy just miles off that one, not nearly able to get the jump he needs. And we've got ourselves a tied up ball game late in the show. Mario struggling on the mound too as Red Critter gets himself a single. Blue Critter up next. Strike one. Grounder will find the gap in the middle infield. That'll be a single for Blue Critter. Hank Hill, an RBI on the line here. Fireballs have rotated through the scariest players in the Flowers, that's for sure, but they've still got a lot of runners on the bases, and they have not been able to find this last out. Hank fouls one off on the right-hand side. This time pops up, it's center field. They've got chemistry. Will they have the jump? They will. Bobby and Blue Noki make the out and stop the damage there. But is it too little, too late? The game is tied as we go to the top of the 8th. Luigi still staying firm on the mound as Mario comes up to bat. Strike one. Brother versus brother. Slaps one over to the right-hand side. Daisy able to bend over and scoop it up before it hits the ground. Mario next up. Strike one for Mario. Strike two. 2 charges, but hasn't swung on anything yet. Grounder from him will be caught or fielded by Red Critter, thrown out at first. Dark Bones, will he be the one to force Luigi off the mound? Drops it in center field, gets the single. Luigi finally coming off, and it's Hank Hill on. Luigi over to first. White Me Hank Hill untested on the mound, but will pitch decently well. Yellow Yoshi only sends one over the head of Red Critter, who's able to turn around and catch it on the backside. Now the fireballs, in a very precarious scenario, need to defend the flowers off here. Cannot give up an inch. John, however, will take what he can. Gets the single. Mario, not much left in the tank, but looking to finish this game out. Strike one. Daisy winds up for the star pitch. Strike two. Blazes by her, not able to react in time. But a slow changeup will be a dive from Critter, but he can't find the double play. Doesn't have his eye on first and holds onto the ball instead of throwing it, risking an error. John able to get back on base. Mario coming off, can't pitch to Luigi, has none left in the tank as Dark Bones comes up. A dive from Critter will be a second out, and this time does secure the double play off that Luigi knock over on the left-hand side. Shortstop keeps it moving. But with Dark Bones on the mound, and you've still got to pitch through the top of the Flowers lineup, the Fireballs will need to put everything they have into this offensive inning. Top of the ninth, Critter leads off, grounder over to second baseman, Blue Critter out at first. Bobby Hill up next. Slaps it, but doesn't quite clear the infield. Red Critter able to find it. That's two fast outs. Blue Critter will be on top of that one. Blue Shy Guy, poor slow hit, dribbles right up center field. The Fireballs unable to break the tie. They cannot give up a single run to the Flowers here. They want to take it to extras and still have a shot at claiming this game. Wiggler up at bat. First pitch from Dark Bones, a ball. Makes contact on the second one, finds the gap. Blue Noki not able to get behind it either. That's going to be a double for Wiggler. Pow Block comes out, interrupts her, but she's got the throw off. But Wiggler finds himself deep for King Boo. King Boo, a big dinger contender as well. Strike one. Swinging and a miss. Strike two. But a star hit from King Boo. Blue Shy Guy able to get there. Gets the out and stops Wiggler from advancing. Keeps him on second. But K. Rool, as scary, if not scarier than King Boo. A line drive over on the right-hand side. It's a fair ball. Blue Shy Guy not quite in position, but K. Rool so slow he gets thrown out at third. Wiggler, however, able to make it to third as well. Or thrown out at first, rather. I'm losing myself here as we get deep in this inning. Red Critter up. A single here could be an RBI. Mario dives for it. Thrown out at first. The Fireballs hold the line. It's looking like we're shaping up to have another nail biter as these two teams overperform in the playoffs. Blue Noki leading off against Hank Hill. Sends one up the middle, drops down nice and early. Single for her. Blue Pianta, Big Blue. Will he swing for the fences like that grand slam earlier, or will he play it safe? He looks like he's playing it safe. A swing and a miss. Contact on that one, finds the gap over on the left-hand side. A single for him puts Blue Noki on second. As Mario comes up. He's got the superstar bonus. Can he bring a runner in? Can he break the tie? Strike one. Wind up, but he doesn't swing. Strike two. Two strikes on the count. He's just going to slap it. Will get over the head of Blue Critter. Bounces off the arrow. That's Blue Noki. She's trying to come in from third, and she'll get there. Fireballs. 13-12. Mario skates by on the skin of his teeth there. A big bounce off an arrow. will be enough to get Blue Noki in home. Now it's Mario. 2 runners on as well, but a grounder over to Blue Critter will be out at second, out at first. The double play does let Blue Pianta come into third. Dark Bones now at bat. Strike 1. Star pitch from Hank Hill. Dark Bones slaps it. That'll be Big Blue in home. A second run the Fireballs have found here in the top of the 10th. Fireballs keeping their momentum up the best they can. Yellow Yoshi winds up. Doesn't quite get past the reach of John Arbuckle over in left field. Flowers now at bat, leading off with Blue Critter. Strike 1. Big knock from Blue Critter will be a pop fly over center right. Bobby gets it. That's the first out. It's over to Hank Hill now with John Arbuckle on deck. Only 2 more outs to play with. See if the Flowers can clutch this one back up. Hank will get the single. John up next. Chemistry with Daisy up on deck. But a grounder error from Mario. Not able to catch that one. Slides right through his fingers. And that's 2 runners on for Daisy. A runner in scoring position. A home run here is a 3-run knockoff, walk-off. But a line drive from her. Bobby does get it and throws it in from second from center field. The kid does it again. His ability to turn double plays as a center fielder is unbelievable and will secure the Fireballs their victory here over the Flowers, bringing them up 2-1 in this best of 5. 14-2 as we have another playoff game go to extra innings. We'll look at our MVP here, and with a grand slam to his name, it's very well deserved for Blue Pianta. A huge performance from him. And very high scores all around from all members of both the Fireballs and the Flowers. A lot on the line here as we've got a couple more games still in the tank. Next one might actually be what decides it all. Fireballs 1 win away from earning themselves the title of Season 1 championships. But the Flowers, a tough team to beat. Can they bring it back in the next game and make it a 2-2 series? You'll have to just watch to find out. Thanks for joining us here tonight. If you're liking what we're doing, why not like, comment, subscribe? And if you want to stay up to date with everything Mushroom Baseball, check out the link to the Discord in the description below. This is Commissioner Henry signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.